Ay, ay, ay.
To itself, okay?
Come on. Vanessa, get off my back. Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa. Thought you loved me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be at. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be at. I want to talk about a topic that I feel will help individuals, right? Especially men, but this might uh, help women as well. And that topic is how to catch a cheating spouse, right? And I've said in other videos that I don't know for sure if any woman that I've ever been with has cheated on me. But I do know for sure that the reasons for me and my exes separating was never because of infidelity. It was never because she caught me cheating or I caught her cheating. There's that. But with that being said, I'm going to give you all some signs, some clues, some things to look out for a partner that could possibly be cheating. All right, and I've told this story, and I'm going to get a little deeper into it in this video. But when I first met my ex, right? If you want to know her name, look at one of my previous videos. I talk about her a lot. I'm going to talk about her a lot more throughout the next 100 years. When I first met my ex, one of my exes, you know, I used to notice that she used to get notifications on her phone, right? I used to notice that she got notifications, right? A lot of notifications. Instagram, WhatsApp, it'd just be ding, 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 ding. You know, at one point in time, you know, her messages used to go off all time of the night, right? And I said, hey, you know, I can't get no sleep. You know, I said something to her like, hey, you know, I can't sleep with your phone keep going off. You know, 11 o'clock at night, her best friend, quote unquote, best friend. It was a little more than best friends. But anyway, quote unquote, best friend call and text. I'm like, yo, I can't get no sleep. You know, we laid up in the bed, we cuddling, we watching TV, whatever we doing. You know, when your phone keep going off, it's disturbing my peace. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not with you to be woken up every 2 or 3 hours when your phone going off. Right? So her phone used to always go off, ding, 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 ding. Right? And then it transitioned to it being on silent, right? Cool. And I started paying attention, right? Because men are observers. Like men could be, I think men are the best poker players in the world because men will not show emotion, right? Men will not show their hand. That's why I feel that men are the best poker players in the world. But then it went from the ding, 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 ding. Then it went to notifications, and I started noticing, hey man, she's always got these notifications on her phone, ding, 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 ding. Right? The sound won't be on, but I see it popping on her phone. Right? And I used to see that it'd be a lot of dudes too, you know, right? Let's just be honest. It'd be a lot of dudes, right? Some females, but a lot of dudes, right? And I just started paying more attention to her. Like, man, like every time she move away from her phone, I'll look at it, right? I'll look at the screen. Notification, 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 dudes, dudes, dudes. Some, you know, soccer player, football player, or whatever he plays. You know, so I started doing research. I'm like, all right, okay, this man is messaging her from Instagram. All right, let me go to my fake Instagram page. You know, get the backstory, right? Get the backstory. See who it is. I want to know who this dude messaging my girl, first and foremost. But most importantly, why is my partner giving this man attention, right? You see how I brought that back? Why is my partner giving this man attention? Why is my partner LOL and he and hi and with another man? If we are indeed in a relationship, right? I expect those conversations to be short and sweet. I don't expect you to respond to every man's DM. Matter of fact, I don't expect you to respond to any man's DM. But that is what this individual was doing. I almost said her name. She was entertaining men, right? Entertaining men, and that is a violation. And that is one of the first times I was like, man, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to these people's pages, seeing what's going on, seeing if they follow each other. Like I said, I'm on a fake page, right? And this individual, you know, they be having their page open. We were friends on her Instagram. She be blocking the page. I'm blocking the page. It's blocked now, but I'm sure she's gonna unblock it one day. Like she just can't go a day, a week without people seeing what she got going on. So eventually she's gonna unblock it. But I start, does she follow him? Does he follow her? Are they, you know, they're mutual friends, they got acquaintance? Is he commenting on pics? Because I'm doing an investigation. Like every man should. Men and women, don't trust your spouse. Yes, people are innocent until proven guilty, but that doesn't mean that they're not guilty. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't do any investigation. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't at least try to attempt to find clues that they're cheating on you. If you feel that someone is showing signs that they could possibly be cheating on you, are you supposed to just do this? Or are you supposed to put the pieces together? Let me repeat that again. If you are seeing signs that someone could possibly be cheating on you, are you supposed to do this? Or are you supposed to try to put the pieces together? And me, as I suggest to you, try to put those pieces together. So I started, you know, and this, she don't know I have this picture of her notifications. I'm sure when she stalks my YouTube, she'll see it. And I started taking pictures like, all right, shoot. I'm going to take this picture on this phone. I'm going to go to my fake Instagram and see what's going on, see who this is, do they follow each other. Because let's be honest, I'm just going to come up with a random name. If someone is messaging her name Juan on Instagram, it's a 95% chance that when I go to her friends and go to who she follows or who follows her, and I type in Juan, it's a pretty good chance I'm going to come up with his profile. Let's be honest. If his name's Juan on Instagram notifications, his name's going to be Juan when I go to her followers or following. And that's kind of how I started figuring out who these men are that she associated with. All right, with that story, I'll say this. A woman in a relationship should not be entertaining men. Whether it's at the store, the mall, the car wash, work, you can be polite. And she said, oh, I'm polite, I'm nice. That's just how I am. You're giving signs. If I talk to a woman today and she ha ha he, oh man, in the back of my mind, I got a chance. I got to pursue this. And women don't think that way. They say they're being friendly, they're being friendly, they're being friendly. Next thing you know, they're bent over, ground and pound time. So first and foremost, men and women that are in relationships should not be entertaining the opposite sex. I'm not saying don't speak to no one. You can say your highs, your buys, how you doing, whatever the case may be. How was your day? My day was fine. Hopefully you have a good day. Blase, blase. Keep it short and sweet. And I went through this with like every woman that, I'm lying. The Dominican one, she was a little crazy already. So I had to go, she was naturally born, loca. She was naturally born crazy. So I didn't go through this with the Dominican woman because she was already crazy. And I love that about her. Hey, if you're watching, I love you. But my last two exes had to go through this time and time again. Like, why are you entertaining men? Why are you having 5 and 10 minute conversations with men? Right? And if you think about this, men and women, if your partner is entertaining the opposite sex, I can promise you right now that that person that they're talking to does not know they're in a relationship. I can promise you that. And I don't think I've said this on this channel, but African Queen lived with me she lived with me off and on, you know, like when she was mad, she'd move out. When we were good, she'd move back in. So she lived with me off and on, you know, twice, 2 or 3 times. She had a key to the place, whatever the case would be. I didn't care, like, you know, she had a lot of potential. You know, I loved her. I was in love with her. She was a great person, an amazing body. You know, but just over time, I was starting to feel like, hey, this ain't gonna work out, right? So African Queen lived with me, right? And I'm pretty sure I haven't told this story. African Queen lived with me. Uh, and it was this dude that was like, every time African Queen be alone, like we'd be out and about, I'll leave her for a second. I come back, he in her face, right? And this happened like a lot. You know what I'm saying? We had some words. I chatted it up with him like as a real man would do, but it's like every time I turned my back, like me and African Queen used to go out, right? I'm gonna do a video series on African Queen one day too. We used to go out a lot. We used to party like every weekend. It's just what we did, right? And every time I went to the bathroom, went to the bar, every time I stepped away, it was always a dude in her face. And her and I got into it, and I've got into it with quite a few men in clubs because I felt like they disrespected me, right? If you see me and this girl in the club, right, literally in the VIP section, literally beside each other, standing beside each other, hugged up, cuddled up, right? If you see us in the club, because we're in the VIP, and y'all standing up, standing on the floor, trying not to cramp up, right? If you see me and her in the VIP, and I go to the bathroom, I should not come out the bathroom and see you over there in the VIP section talking to her. And and that's how I had a lot of altercations with men because of African Queen entertaining dudes. But see, I almost said her name. My last two exes had that in common. They love to entertain dudes. And there's a lot of men in jail for doing stuff to women and dudes, for doing stuff to women, for entertaining dudes. And I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, let's go to the next picture, right? One, notifications. I seen signs that first her phone's going off, ding, 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 ding. Then it went to silent her notifications. Then she didn't get no notifications at all. So what does that tell you? I had the signs, but I was in denial, right? So let's go to the next one. I was, I covered up the pic. I was in, where were we at? I was in Portugal, right? I flew out to Portugal, whatever the case may be, to be with this individual. I'm not gonna say her name in this video. And I'm laying on a bed or whatever. Like matter of fact, she was laying on a bed. I don't know what I was doing. I was moving around. And she's on her phone, right? Texting. She's on WhatsApp. And I look over at her phone, right? And I see a dude WhatsApp photo, right? I see her texting a dude. I look over at WhatsApp. I'm gonna repeat this again. It makes me mad thinking about it. If I was a man to hit women, she probably would have got hit that day. But luckily, my parents raised me right. Lucky for you. So she's on her phone on WhatsApp, and I look over, right? She get a message on WhatsApp, and I look over, and it's a dude pic. So I did what anyone would do. You see the phone's in my hand, right? And I see the number. I got the number, right? And I messaged the dude on my phone, right? And I said, hey, what's going on? Right? And a guy, he ain't gonna never tell you. A guy can be sleeping with your woman and he ain't gonna say, hey man, thanks for messaging me. I just want to let you know that I've been cheating on your girl been cheating on you for 10 months. Like a guy's never gonna tell you that he's messing around with your old lady, right? So long story short, she was in bed texting a dude. Hey, how you doing? I need a favor. I know I'm sitting here hanging backwards like 50 Cent at the Super Bowl, but I need a favor. I'm not asking for money, donations, clicking the link, nothing like that. Do me one favor. Can you do that for me? It's free. I swear. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. You hit it. You hit it. Yeah, appreciate it. Good looking out. Appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate you. Probably never happen again. Man, they made a mistake. Man, they wasn't thinking. Man, they didn't know. And a lot of times in relationships, we give people the benefit of the doubt. When in all reality, all the proof that we needed to see that they were untrustworthy, not loyal, they were cheating was right in front of our face. I was in Miami, right? And I follow this page on Instagram, and it popped up on my feed a couple days ago. We was in this mojito bar in Miami, right? Um, Me and this individual, right? And I'm sitting down, right? It ain't really my vibe, you know. It's a little small hole in the wall spot. I mean, they had some decent drinks. It tasted good. Wasn't much alcohol in them for the price, but it tasted good, right? It was all right. No place I go to twice. It was this popular mojito bar in Miami, right? And I'm sitting down, and I turn my head, and this individual's over at the bar talking. Y'all finna buy me a drink. Y'all finna buy me a drink. Y'all finna buy me shots. Y'all finna buy me shots. Literally, me and her walked in together, right? I look over because I'm a protector, I'm a provider. We walked in together. I look over because I don't know I don't see her. Like, where's she at? You know, it's crowded, and I look over. She's at the bar. He offered to buy me shots. I'll say this: if I was a man that hit women, so needless to say, I'm mad. I'm flaming. Like, I'm like, man, I'm about to go to jail tonight. Somebody going to jail and somebody going to the hospital, and I'm not going to the hospital. So I'm mad. I'm flaming hot. So long story short, I walk out. I'm like, man, you can go home with that dude. In my mind, like, you can have him. I'm out of here, right? I walk out and this clown follows me. Oh, he's this, he's that. Oh, da da da. It wasn't like that. Da 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 da. Listen, if you gonna leave me to go talk to another dude just because he offered to buy you some drinks, one, you easy. Two, you're H. Oh, three, you're easy. Four, when your child grows up, they're gonna be easy just like you. But anyway, it was just like, man, do I really need to tell her to not leave me to go to the bar with a guy because she offered to buy you drinks when you're sitting there, standing there beside the guy that you was allegedly in a relationship with? Think about that now. Think about that. Should I have to tell a woman, hey, if a guy offers to buy you a drink while you're sitting beside me, standing beside me, don't go over to the bar and accept his drinks? Listen, I can go on and on and on for instances where this individual disrespected me. Well, I'm sure this individual cheated on me at least 32 times during the course of our time. Like, I'm confident that she's cheated on me at least 32 times during the course of our relationship. Right? And I'm going to tell you, I said this was the last one. I'm going to tell you one last story. I drove to see this individual, right? I drove from the country that I was in to see this individual, right? The city that I was in to see this individual. We get up there, and I'm talking about it wasn't no short drive. It wasn't down the street. We get up there, eat whatever we did. I don't know what we did. Hang out, and I'm trying to get her to come back to the hotel so we can ground and pound. She's like, no, I don't feel like it. Yo, I just drove 6 hours here, and I gotta drive 6 hours back, and you're gonna tell me that you don't feel like it? Is it because someone else been inside of them guts? But listen, all I'm saying is don't ignore the signs. And I'm 100% confident that I've been cheated on at least 32 times. I'm confident she wasn't faithful. Don't ignore the signs, men. Don't ignore the signs, women. Do not let love have you blind. And I'm going to repeat that again. Do not let love have you blind.